A very cold morning, ladies and gentlemen, in Kiambu County, just next to Nairobi. The place is very cold. It is the same in many parts of Mount Kenya. If you go to Limuru is extremely cold. If you go to Nyandarua County, zile sehemu za Kinangop, kule mahali ambapo kunaitwa Geita, Rironi, Nyahururu, the place is extremely cold. And if you're here for the first time, this is Nation.Gachie Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Let me start by asking you a question, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever wondered why William Samoei Ruto loves talking in Kikuyu? Have you ever asked yourself why he keeps on saying, Mwathani agocwo, agocwo rĩngĩ, hĩndĩ ciothe, na hĩndĩ ciothe? Have you ever wondered why he talks Kikuyu like that? Have you ever wondered what is this that attracts him to talk in the mountain, in Kikuyu? Have you also wondered why he has spent so much time in Mount Kenya region? If you ask me, the 5 days that he's camping in Mount Kenya is too long in my view. Hizo siku ni nyingi, huo muda ni mrefu, the truth be told. But when you look at William Samoei Ruto, there is a problem. There is a problem because he is beholden to the Kikuyus. He owes the Kikuyus a lot. Whatever he do it just because the Kikuyus are there. And I think when you look at Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, during his first term, Wakikuyu walikuwa wanalalamika kwamba anapeleka maendeleo sehemu zingine na kwao kule Ukikuyuni hakuwa anapeleka maendeleo. There was a lot of complaint. But during the second term, he brought a lot of development in Kikuyu. Again, when you look at Mwai Kibaki was beholden to himself. Nobody. He did not allegiance to anybody. And that is how you realize that William Samoei Ruto has to keep on struggling to communicate in mother tongue. In this video, I want us to look at the danger of a beholden president by one group of people or a section of Kenyans. Because that is the truth of the matter, that William Samoei Ruto is a beholden president, beholden to the GEMA Nation, beholden to the Kikuyu Nation. If you're here for the first time, take that 1 second, kindly like our video. And for our viewers, I thank you very much for the way you have continued to like our videos, commenting, asking questions, giving your input. Indeed, this is our channel. This is where we meet and discuss many issues. The first danger of a beholden Ruto is that everything will revolve around the Kikuyu Nation. Everything will revolve around the mountain. That is the truth of the matter. Na ndio sababu ukaona kuchukua zile siku 5 kule kwenda Sagana siku 5 kule kula minofu ya nyama buzi, nyama ya kuku, kila kitu, kubugia mapochopocho is because William Samoei Ruto owes a lot to the GEMA Nation. There's a feeling that I owe you something. I did this for you, and therefore you should do A, B, C, and D. Kwa kile ambacho kinatokea ni kana kwamba analipa. It is not the case in developed nations. It should not happen, and it should not be allowed to happen, because we cannot have Kenya in Kikuyu. We cannot have Kenya in Mount Kenya. It is Mount Kenya that is in Kenya. It is the Kikuyus who are in Kenya, but it's not Kenya that is in Kikuyu. That is the truth of the matter. So what we are doing, everything is revolving around the Kikuyus. I have nothing against my tribesmen. They are my brothers. They are my sisters. They are my uncles. I love them very much. But I don't subscribe to the to the politics of tribalism. The second danger is that the presidency as a symbol of national unity is in jeopardy. Unajua sasa wakati ambapo rais anakuwa pale, he is the president of the Republic of Kenya. He is the head of government. He is the head of state. And as the head of government, which is the government of everyone, we cannot have everything revolving around the Kikuyus, because you see, some people may feel that the presidency is no longer the symbol of national unity. And that is why when you look at Gachagua, I've always opined this channel, anytime Gachagua is talking, he is talking about the Mount Kenya region. And then this begs the question, what about the other regions? Is he not the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya? Is he the Deputy President of the GEMA Nation? That is a question that many people have always been asking. And this is because we have a beholden president. Beholden to Gachagua, beholden to Dede Nyoro, beholden to everybody who voted for him, especially the Mount Kenya leaders. Again, national integration suffers big time. National integration is a situation whereby the country or the state try to build a nation. You know, Kenya is not a nation. Kenya is a state. Kenya is just a country. Because a nation is supposed to have a common heritage, to speak in one language, and to move in the same direction. We are in the process of building a nation. And the national integration is suffering because we have a president who you feel that some parts of the country do not matter so much to him because they did not put him into office. And that's why Gachagua, even yesterday, in Sagana, alirudia yale maneno yake na kusema kwamba for sure the Kikuyus are not being done any favor. It is their right kwamba wanafaa kunufaika na serikali ya William Samoei Ruto kuliko watu wengine. The danger of this also is that tribalism, it will be entrenched in this country. You cannot have just one part of the nation, all developments being taken to one region, kwamba watu wote, rais wote wanakongamana sehemu moja at the expense of the other places. Do you think William Samoei Ruto can come for 5 days in northeastern Kenya? We have not seen this happening. We have not seen William Samoei Ruto camping in any other place for 5 days. In fact, he is overdoing it in the mountain. And what do the other people feel? They feel that they are not getting the fair share of a national cake. And now the issue of tribalism comes in. Kwamba watu wanaanza kujiona kama ni Wakikuyu, wanaanza kujiona kama ni Waluhya, wanaanza kujiona kama ni Wataita. Sijui wewe unaonaje, kwa sababu unapoangalia utaona kwamba tribalism is being entrenched in this nation. Again, the issue of nepotism, pale ambapo watu wanaajiri watu wao, watu wanatafuta watu wao, because you see they feel that after all mambo mengi yanaweza tu kufanyika kwa sababu ya watu wetu, mtu wangu, mtu wetu. That's what is happening in this country. In fact, a number of leaders in our country who are in government are related. That is the truth of the matter. Again, there is also the feeling of isolation. Some parts of Kenya will feel isolated. Some communities will feel isolated. And that is why wakati mwingine ulisikia Azimio is talking about self-determination. You remember Raila Amolo Odinga, there was a time he was threatening to write to the United Nations about self-determination. And this one elicited a lot of reaction from the government. But this was happening because some people, some communities feel isolated. They feel not part of Kenya. Again, there is the danger of nationalism suffering big time also. Nationalism is love for one country. You feel that you can die even for your country. But can you die for your country, if I ask you? If Jomo Kenyatta, who was here, watu kama Nkrumah ambao walipenda nchi zao sana, Mwalimu Julius Kabarega Nyerere ambaye alipenda nchi yake sana, those are true nationalists. Tom Mboya wako pale, J.M. Kariuki wako pale, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga alikuwa mwingine ambaye alikuwa mzalendo halisi. But when you look at our country today, it is suffering from lack of true nationalists. In fact, the only nationalist remaining worth talking about is Okia Omtata and Raila Amolo Odinga. I don't see, maybe Gachie Skyman TV, and maybe, I don't know whether you can die for your nation. Because you see, it means you start with your principles. Whatever is offered to you, you cannot change your principles because you believe in your nation. Because you stand for the truth. But what we have in Kenya today, nationalism, is now a thing of the past. I also pity our national language. Kwa sababu, unajua, Kiswahili is our national language. It's also the second official language. It's supposed to unite us. It's supposed to bring us together. Lakini sasa unaona lile jambo ambalo linatokea ni kwamba katika mikutano tunaona viongozi wetu wakijaribu kuzungumza kwa lugha ya mama, lugha ya Kikuyu. It is happening even in other regions. I have nothing wrong with people expressing themselves in mother tongues, but there should be an effort of bringing people together. If you go to Tanzania for instance, utapata ya kwamba kuna Wachaga, kuna Wayao, kuna Nyamwezi, kuna Wasukuma, kuna nini, lakini huwezi kusikia mtu akizungumza ile lugha ya Kiyao, ile ya Kinyamwezi, ile ya Kichaga. Utamsikia akizungumza Kiswahili sanifu, kwa sababu kuna kule kupenda nchi yao, kwa sababu unajua Kiswahili will always bring people together, na inasaidia sana kuwa lile swala, lile tatizo la ukabila. Again, because of William Samoei Ruto being beholden by the Kikuyus, there is bound to be serious divisions in the country. And if William Samoei Ruto was to stand independently as a president, not beholden to anybody but to himself, that would be the best thing for this country. That would be the best for you and me. And that is what our country requires. That is what our country needs. And that is the only way that we are going to build